Hi there. I'm a frugal kind of guy, and I get a kick out of getting the best deals out there. Today, I'm going to share with you what I believe is the best deal going on a car. You can effectively own a high tech 2018 passenger car for about $12 a month. That's right, you heard me right. That's $12 a month. First of all, let me give you some background information. The issue of global warming has gotten the attention of many governments in the US and around the world. We all have been hearing about it. California Governor Newsom made headlines recently by proposing that California will prohibit the sale of gasoline powered cars by 2035. We're now in 2021. That's only 14 years away. Many other countries are doing the same thing, banning the sale of gasoline powered cars by a certain date. Decades of data have shown an increasing trend of carbon dioxide buildup in our atmosphere. Many people are looking for ways that they can be part of the solution rather than being part of the problem as far as the global warming problem is concerned. Many people have given up driving gasoline powered cars in favor of battery electric vehicles. In short, we'll call them BEVs, like a Tesla. People are buying so many Teslas that the Tesla car company has just surpassed $1 trillion in market valuation just a few days ago. And that made Elon Musk, the head honcho there at Tesla, the richest man in the world. He's worth something like over $300 billion as of yesterday. If you bought Tesla stock just 4 months ago, you would have almost doubled your money by now. So, battery electric vehicles, or BEV for short, are a good idea, but they're not inexpensive. Now remember, I'm a frugal kind of guy, and I can't get a good deal on them. But guess what? You and I can get a really good deal on another kind of electric car. A growing number of people are turning their eyes to another kind of electric vehicle known as the fuel cell electric vehicle, or FCEV for short. There are 3 car makers that currently have FCEVs out in the marketplace. Toyota with its Mirai sedan, Hyundai with its Nexo SUV, and Honda with its Clarity FCEV sedan. Other car companies have FCEVs in development, and it's only a matter of time, I believe, before there will be a lot more competition in the FCEV segment of the passenger car marketplace. What is an FCEV? Let me briefly explain. First, you need hydrogen. The hydrogen goes into a fuel cell, and that enables the fuel cell to generate electricity. And that electricity powers the drivetrain that turns the wheels of your car. Second, the exhaust waste product of a fuel cell is H2O, otherwise known as water. This water drips out of the car onto the pavement and evaporates. It goes back to the Earth's ecosystem. Now that's what I call renewable energy. I've actually heard of FCEV drivers being stopped by other drivers who were so worried because they thought the FCEV car was leaking gasoline. No, it's not gasoline, it's water. Today, I'm going to share with you the economics of owning and driving a certified pre-owned Toyota Mirai FCEV. And you're going to see how good of a deal it is. Here's an online ad from today for a Toyota Mirai 2018 model for $16,288. Here it is, guys. A 2018 Toyota Mirai for $16,288. It's a 4-door sedan, 1-speed automatic transmission, most all electric cars that I know is a one-speed transmission, which has instant torque, a lot of fun to drive, especially when you're first starting out from 0 miles per hour. It's got a good acceleration. It's got navigation, soft text leather, premium audio JBL speakers. It's got 42,228 miles, which is not bad for a 2018 car. But guess what? If you buy this car, you get a free $15,000 fuel card, hydrogen fuel card. You can get 0% financing for 72 months. If you have good credit, like a credit score above 720, you should be able to qualify for 0% financing for 72 months. It comes with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And it's got, down here it says 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive bumper-to-bumper warranty. Here I have a simple spreadsheet showing a comparison between the 2018 Toyota Mirai and the 2018 Toyota Camry LE. They're fairly comparable cars, about similar in size. And so the manufacturer suggests a retail price for the 2018 Mirai when it first came out was $58,365. The Toyota Camry LE, on the other hand, is about $24,150 for MSRP when it was new. Now, Mirai is a very high-tech car. That's why it's selling for $58,000. You know, if you look at the features that it has, it's incredible. It's just FYI, in Europe, the 2021 Mirai XLE, which is their base model, they're selling in Europe right now for over $70,000 a car. But take a look at this. The market price right now for a 2018 Toyota Mirai is about $16,288. Look at the price difference here and the depreciation. And the selling price for a 2018 Toyota Camry right now is about $22,000, $22,527. This is KellyBlueBook.com's value for a 2018 Camry in good condition with a hypothetical odometer reading that's about 42,288 miles. Now, as we mentioned earlier, the 2018 Toyota Mirai comes with $15,000 of free hydrogen fuel, whereas you get 0 fuel credit for buying a Toyota Camry LE right now. The average MPGe for the Mirai is 66 miles per MPGe and 32 miles per gallon. Now this 66 is really 66 miles per kilogram. And 1 kilogram has about the same energy density as 1 gallon of regular unleaded gasoline. So these numbers are fairly comparable. However, of course, here you'll see that the fuel cost for the hydrogen per kilogram is $13.05 right now at some of the stations here in California. And the average price of regular unleaded gasoline in LA right now, in the Los Angeles area, Southern California, as of today is $4.57. So if you factor in the price per gallon or the price per kilogram and how much the fuel cost, you get a fuel cost per mile for the Mirai of just under 20 cents per mile. Whereas in the Camry, it works to about just under 15 cents per mile. So on a per mile basis, the Camry is still about 25% more efficient in terms of impact on your wallet compared to a Toyota Mirai. It's about 19.7 cents per mile for the Mirai and 14.28 cents per mile for the Toyota Camry. For this example, we're going to assume that the average driver drives 1,500 miles per month, okay, for both the Mirai and the Camry. Now, Now, this free fuel miles is a number that I came up with based on the $15,000 you get when you're buying a Toyota Mirai and the cost per mile for fuel of 19.77 cents. This works out to you effectively getting about 75,000 or 76,000 miles of travel for free using this $15,000 hydrogen fuel card. So for the next 75,000 miles, your fuel cost will be zero when you drive the Toyota Mirai. Whereas, of course, you get zero such benefit for the Toyota Camry. Interest rate between the two used cars, are 0% per month interest rate for the Mirai and 4.24% per year, I should say, for the Camry. And both, let's assume, is a 72-month term for the car loan. Your monthly payments based on this price for the Mirai and this price for the Camry, your monthly payments will be $226 for the Mirai and $355 for the Camry, assuming that the Camry has 4.24% interest rate and 72-month term loan. Your fuel savings for the Mirai would effectively be about $214.22. Now, how did I come up with that? I multiplied 1,500 miles times 14.28, which is the gas price that you would have paid if you were driving a Camry. You would have paid $214.22 per month if you drove 1,500 miles. Okay? So since you don't have to pay that, your effective net car payment, assuming you did pay for fuel, is $12. Your payments is $226.22, but your fuel cost savings is $214.22. So this was where I came up with the $12 per month net car payment is what you net out of pocket, compared to, say, if you're driving a Camry, you're paying $355.53 because you get no such fuel savings. So, assuming you're driving the Mirai at about 1,500 miles per month, you're going to receive about 50 months of free fuel at this rate because you would have consumed the $15,000 worth of free fuel in about 50 months at this rate. Okay, so you do get this $12 per month net car payment for about 51 months. Now, what happens after 50 months? Well, after 50 months, the Mirai driver will have to start paying hydrogen. And of course, the Camry driver will continue to pay for gasoline. But what we don't know is how much 1 kilogram of hydrogen would cost in about 4 or 5 years, and how much gasoline would be in 4 or 5 years. What we do know in the past 2 years, is that gas prices have gone up from about $3 per gallon to about $4.57 gallons in the last 2 years. And for hydrogen, we also know that about 2-3 years ago, the price of hydrogen was about $17 per kilogram. Now, with their newer stations, you can buy these hydrogen fuel for about $13.05. As a matter of fact, there are stations out there that are selling hydrogen right now for under $13 per kilogram. And there are studies out there that project the price of hydrogen will continue to go down in the next few years, so much so that in about 20 years, the price of 1 kilogram of hydrogen fuel should be in the $1 to $2 per kilogram range. That is a far cry from $13.05 per kilogram right now. And what's going to happen to the price of gasoline? I don't know. But I expect it to continue to slowly trend up, just like it's always been since 20-30 years ago. I also want to mention a benefit that the Toyota Mirai has that the Toyota Camry does not have, and that is what I call the free rental car benefit. Now, as you may know, the availability of hydrogen fuel is pretty volatile. Once in a while, because of Hurricane Ida a few months ago and accidents at a generation plant of hydrogen a couple of years back. There was a hydrogen shortage in Southern California. You simply couldn't get fuel no matter where you go or which station you go because they're all running on empty. However, during this difficult time, Toyota corporate stepped in and offered Mirai vehicle owners a free rental car benefit. And that is, if you cannot find hydrogen within reason in your local area, the Mirai support team of Toyota corporate will authorize you to rent a rental car and to drive the rental car for as long as necessary until the hydrogen supply in your local area becomes available and stabilizes. Not only will Toyota pay for your rental car during a hydrogen shortage, they even offered to pay for the gas that you use to drive the rental car during the hydrogen shortage. This is a tremendous benefit during a hydrogen fuel shortage. People used to say that Mirai drivers is going to need a second car just in case there's a shortage in hydrogen fuel. Well, now Toyota took that reason away by offering and supporting Mirai drivers during a hydrogen fuel shortage in this way. Free rental car and free rental car fuel cost, gasoline cost during the hydrogen shortage. Now, having said all this, there are a few caveats that you should know about if you're considering getting a Toyota Mirai on the cheap. 1. The 2018 Mirai is a 4-seater, not a 5-seater like the Camry. But let's be honest, how often do you have 5 people in your 5-seater car? For me, it was virtually never. So if you have to have a 5-seater car, then the 2018 Toyota Mirai is not for you. It won't work for you. But for the rest of you, the 2018 Mirai should work just fine. 2. There are currently only 48 hydrogen fuel stations in California, and about half of them are down at any given time. Because it's such new technology, the equipment is still very sensitive and sometimes difficult to work with. So while driving a Mirai is a pleasurable experience, getting hydrogen fuel for your Mirai is not. Granted, the Toyota corporate supports Mirai owners with their free car rental and free rental car gas benefit during a hydrogen fuel shortage. It is still a hassle to get a rental car and free rental car every time this happens. For me, in the last 5 months, my local area had a hydrogen fuel shortage twice. So I had to go get a free rental car twice already, just in the last 5 months. But at least I had wheels to get around. I guess that comes with the territory of being a trailblazer for driving an FCEV. And third, number 3, even when hydrogen fuel is available, it is a hassle to get it. You need to plan ahead. You will need to monitor the availability of hydrogen at your target fuel station on a mobile phone app before you go. However, once in a while, by the time you get to the hydrogen fuel station, it would run out of hydrogen, or the station's equipment have gone down and you can't pump hydrogen into your car, even if the station had hundreds of kilograms of hydrogen in their storage tanks. Now, number 3 is by far the biggest and most common complaint that Mirai owners have regarding driving an FCEV. The hassle of getting hydrogen gas fuel on a week-by-week basis. Now, earlier I mentioned you need to monitor hydrogen stations. Well, here is the website h2-ca.com. Okay, the developer of this website is a genius. He put together this website to inform Mirai drivers the status of each and every hydrogen station in California. Let me click on here and show you what I do on a daily basis. You can monitor every single station right now and see which one is up and how much fuel they have. This particular one is down, even though they have some fuel. And this guy is totally empty, where it says right here. You can also get a historical perspective on the availability of hydrogen fuel in the state of California. Now, this gives you an idea on a statewide basis how fuel availability looks like in the state of California. Green represents up stations. Limited means stations are on the brink of going down. Red are stations that have already gone down. And black means stations that have zero hydrogen, period. You can see this area here is when hydrogen was running low, and that's when I had to get my rental car benefit one time. And I'm currently driving a rental car because we're running short on fuel again. Now, this chart is also shown on an area by area basis. You've got Bay Area stations, which was dismal a month ago in terms of hydrogen availability. And you have the Los Angeles area. Right now you can see the availability is trending down. And I use the Placentia hydrogen station often. And as you can see in this chart, in Orange County, where Placentia is, the number of stations with fuel is trending down over the past few days. Now, if I go directly to the Placentia station, which is located in Orange County, Inland Empire, and San Diego area district, you can see that currently Placentia has hydrogen, 300 and some odd kilograms in it, but it's currently down because of unexpected mechanical issues. So there you have it. You do have to monitor this website or another website similar to it to get an idea of the fuel availability situation before you go get hydrogen fuel. So there you have it. Now, if you can get past the caveats I mentioned earlier, Mirai is the car for you. It's a luxurious, fun car to drive, and it's almost free. Not only that, by driving a Mirai, you become part of the solution to our current global warming problem. Now that, I think, is a good idea. Thanks for watching.